So guys, today we will cases of poisoning. So basically, I will take the poisoning which is common. So basically, first poisoning I'm going to discuss about the opioid poisoning. So opioids poisoning. So basically, what I'm doing here, basically, I explain about 20 to 23 poisoning cases, which I think is most common. So basically, I will discuss in short notes. So guys, basically this will help you a lot. So basically, first first I'm going to discuss about the opioid poisoning. So first I'm going to discuss about the morphine poisoning, opioid poisoning. So in opioid we know that there is a lot of things: morphines, codeine, codeines, and heroines, and fentanyl. Basically, these are the common opioids. And tramadol, which we used as a painkiller. Basically, this is also a opioids. So basically, first I will discuss about the dose of this opioid poisoning. So basically, dose is about 2 gram. 2 gram is a poisoning dose. And clinical features. So let's discuss about the clinical feature of this opioid poisoning. So there is a triad basically there is a triad in opioid poisoning. First is pinpoint pupil. Second one is basically respiratory depression. Second one is respiratory depression. Third is coma. So basically these are the main triad of opioid poisoning: pinpoint pupil, respiratory depression, and the coma. Other clinical features include decreased heart rate, because basically what does opioid do is basically depresses the brain center. So basically respiratory rating decreases, heart rate decreases, hypotension, cardiac arrest. So basically these can be occur. So basically the treatment, basically what is the treatment of opioid poisoning? So basically treatment of opioid poisoning: maintain ABC, airway, breathing, and the circulation is the main goal. For the any emergency cases, the ABC is a main goal of treatment. And if there is a cardiac arrest, if there is a cardiac arrest, do the CPR. When needed, give the ventilate if the patient respiratory effort not look like good, then give ventilate. Then basically do ventilate. And the antidote of this poisoning, basically 0.4 mg naloxone. Basically 0.4 mg contain 1 ml, total of 1 ml. And you can repeat this dose also. So basically, basically this is the opioid poisoning. And basically we can do gastric lavage also. Basically we can do gastric lavage. Basically gastric lavage will only help if the patient come in ED, in emergency department, within 1 hour. After 1 hour, the most of the poison get the absorbed. So basically it cannot get much benefit. It cannot give the much benefit. So basically if you want to do the gastric lavage, so basically if you want to do the gastric lavage, so do the gastric lavage within 1 hour of the poisoning. If the patient come late in ED, there is a basically less chances of benefits. Basically we can do the gastric lavage. And maximum dose of naloxone, is about 10 mg. We can repeat this 4.4 mg we can repeat this 4.4 mg, and maximum dose is about the 10 mg we can repeat. See, and then the second poisoning I'm going to discuss about the organophosphate poisoning. Organophosphate poisoning. So guys, as we know that the organophosphate poisoning basically is the common in the farmers. So basically what happen here, so basically we know that the acetylcholine get converted into acetyl and choline. Basically this is the chemical of parasympathetic nervous system. So basically acetylcholinesterase enzyme, this basically convert this acetyl into acetyl and choline. Basically what happen here, this acetylcholinesterase enzyme get inhibited, so the parasympathetic activity now get increases due to this acetylcholine. Basically this acetylcholine is called the parasympathetic action, and due to this inhibition of acetylcholinesterase enzyme, it cannot convert into acetyl and choline. So if it could not convert into this, then the basically the activity of basically the ACH level increases in the body, and so the parasympathetic nervous system activation get hyper and get more. And the basically just a minute. So basically what we will do here, first we will see about the clinical feature of this organophosphate poisoning. So basically we will see the clinical feature. Basically we will see the clinical feature in the patient of increasing in a parasympathetic activity. So basically like there is a the clinical feature is a trick. There is a trick, Dumbless. D stand for diarrhea, U stand for urination, M stand for meiosis, means pupil constrict, the pupil get constrict, and other one is guys S stand for salivation, and this B stand for there is a Dumbless. L stand for lacrimation, L stand for lacrimation. So basically these are the clinical features of the organophosphate poisoning, which come by the raised parasympathetic activity. And treatment of these guys organophosphate poisoning, we can do the gastric lavage by normal saline. We can do the gastric lava by normal saline if the patient come within 1 hour, and antidote is atropine 2 mg. Basically what atropine does, basically this is the parasympatholytic. Atropine 2 mg may repeat, and we can repeat this also guys, and after 10 minutes we can repeat this 2 mg and repeat in a double dose. Suppose I get 2 mg and after 10 minutes we see there is not of much relief in symptom, then we can repeat it by 4 mg, by 2 mg, so it get 4 mg. After 10 minutes we can repeat this from 2 mg to 4 mg. And basically guys, the dose of child organophosphate in organophosphate poisoning, the atropine dose for child basically 0.02 mg per kg. And basically and other thing what we can do, basically maintain ABC. If there is a cardiac arrest, do the CPR. If no pulse, no RR, then do the CPR. So basically this is the treatment of this organophosphate poisoning. The next case I am going to discuss this here is kerosene poisoning. So basically guys, what is kerosene? Basically kerosene poisoning is most common in the children. Basically what is kerosene? Kerosene is a volatile liquid volatile liquid. The clinical features of the kerosene poisoning is about the basically the clinical feature of the kerosene poisoning is basically what, burning sensation in the mouth, stomach, basically there is a diarrhea, vomiting, coma, seizure, unconscious. Respiratory symptom is basically breathlessness, chemical pneumonitis. There is a chance of chemical pneumonitis also. Fetal dose about 30 ml. Fetal dose about 30 ml. There is no role of basically charcoal because it is a volatile liquid, so it convert into gas immediately. There is no role of gastric lava. There is a contraindication of the gastric lava. We cannot do the gastric lava in this case because it can cause the more damage to the respiratory system if you do. Then the mainstay of the treatment, guys, maintain O2 level of the patient, give O2 as requirement of the patient. After 2 hours see the X-ray. After 2 hours see the X-ray. You can see there is a opacity, that is a chemical pneumonitis. Intubate the patient to secure airway. Intubate the patient to secure airway. If there is a seizure, give the Midas 2 ml. Midas 2 ml. In 5 mg Midas there is a 5 ml, or you can give the diazepam. In 5 mg there is a 1 ml Midas, 1 ml diazepam. So mix with some NS and give slowly. So basically these are the treatment of the kerosene poisoning. So there is, in kerosene poisoning we avoid the gastric lavas, and basically we prefer on basically symptomatic management and mainly on airway management. Then guys, next poisoning I will discuss with you is TCA poisoning. TCA poisoning, this is also very important things. Basically in TCA there is a lot of drugs like amitriptyline, non-triptyline. These are come under the TCA class. So basically clinical features is there is anticholinergic. Clinical feature based on basically anticholinergic activity. Anticholinergic activity. So basically what we will see here. So basically we will see basically we see the clinical feature on here is like coma, convulsion, arrhythmia. We can see the arrhythmia in patient, dry skin, dilated pupil, because there is a anticholinergic activity. So like dry as a bone, dry as a red as a beet, hot as a hair, blind as a bat. So these 4 is main. Dry as bone, because this is if anticholinergic activity mean parasympathetic activity decrease and sympathetic activity increase, so the secretion get decreases in the body. So patient get dry as a bone, and due to dilatation of the blood vessel, and so patient look like red as a beet. Hot as hair, and blind as a bat. So basically these 4 things: dry as a bone, red as beet, hot as hair, and blind as a bat. And basically fetal dose of this TCA poisoning is about 15 to 20 gram. So basically investigation we require to do in this TCA poisoning. Basically investigation we do ECG. In ECG there is an increase in QT interval. Get increases. And also do the ABG of the patient to see the pH, because there is a imbalance in ABG report. And what is the treatment of this TCA poisoning? Do the gastric lavas with NS 3 to 500 ml NS. Do the gastric lavas. Give activated charcoal. We can give charcoal in many poisoning. So there is we can give activated charcoal in activated charcoal dose is about 1 gram per kg. So if there is a 50 kg patient, we give 50 gram of activated charcoal, 50 gram of activated charcoal. And if there is a decrease in PS, I mean if there is a metabolic acidosis seen on a pH, then give bicarb. If the pH less than 7.15, then give the bicarb dose 1 milliequivalent per kg, and 1 milliequivalent equal to 1 cc means 1 ml. So if 50 kg patient, give 50 milliequivalent, that is 50 cc of bicarb. So basically we calculate the how we know how much bicarbonate patient requires. Basically there is a simple formula: 0.5 into weight of patient into average bicarbonate 24 minus actual bicarbonate, that is ABG bicarbonate. So by this you can calculate the what is requirement of the bicarbonate in a particular patient. So basically you can basically mix with D5. You can mix with D5. You can mix bicarbonate with D5. If there is a seizure in patient, give Midas or diazepam. If there is a arrhythmia, give lidocaine. If you see the patient suffering from arrhythmia, give lidocaine. Next poisoning I'm going to discuss this next poisoning I'm going to discuss about the benzodiazepine poisoning. This is also very important poisoning. The basically clinical feature of this benzodiazepine. Basically benzodiazepine means diazepam, lorazepam, these all drugs come under the benzodiazepine class. So if the patient get benzodiazepine poisoning, means if patient get more diazepam. So basically the patient who are psychotic, in that patient we can regularly mainly see the benzodiazepine poisoning. So basically the clinical feature of this benzodiazepine poisoning is basically what is coma, unconscious, respiratory depression, lethargic, and basically maybe with normal vital or maybe with deranged vital. So the clinical features of this benzodiazepine poisoning is coma, unconscious, depression, lethargic, with or without normal vital. Basically the toxicity of benzodiazepine poisoning is increases if there is a co-injection with alcohol or TCA. Means if there is a two patient, one take benzodiazepine poisoning only and one take benzodiazepine along with alcohol, so the worsening chance of the patient is patient B who take diazepam along with along with alcohol or TCA. So its toxicity increases if we take TCA or alcohol with diazepam. Antidote of this benzodiazepine poisoning is basically flumazenil. So basically there is an antidote of this benzodiazepine poisoning is flumazenil. Flumazenil is an antidote of this poisoning. And then guys, what is the management? Basically we can give the antidote and do the gastric lavage by the NS. Basically what we done in gastric lavage: give 500 ml NS, wait for 10 minutes, then remove it by the gravity effect. Give activated charcoal 1 gram per kg, and flumazenil dose. Flumazenil, that is an antidote for the this benzodiazepine poisoning. The dose is about 0.2 mg IV over 30 seconds. You can repeat this 0.2 mg after some time, after 10 to 15 minutes, and the maximum dose is about 2 mg. We cannot repeat, we cannot go beyond this. So basically we cannot give more than 2 mg. Then guys, then next poisoning I'm going to discuss about the salicylate poisoning. So we will discuss about the salicylate poisoning. Salicylate poisoning. So basically, in the main drug we will see in salicylate is aspirin. Basically this is the antiplatelet drug. So basically, as we know that basically this aspirin is used in many patient like ischemic heart disease, the patient who previously get the stroke. So these are the medication are used in this salicylate poisoning. The clinical features of this salicylate poisoning is altered mental status. Patient may get confused, disoriented, hyperactive, pulmonary edema, altered mental status, sweating, hyperventilation, ringing in ear. This is the main clinical feature. Ringing in the ear, irritability, nausea, vomiting. These are the basically main clinical features. Initially there is a respiratory alkalosis due to hypoventilation. So initially we will see the respiratory alkalosis due to hyperventilation, because if patient do hyperventilate, means respiratory increases, the CO2 get washed out, so the CO2 in the blood get decreases, so patient suffer from the metabolic respiratory alkalosis. So the metabolic acidosis is also common because of the aerobic glucose metabolism that block the anaerobic glucose metabolism, start the lactic acid production. So basically due to there is a metabolic acidosis due to anaerobic metabolism. In this the body needs energy, so body required the energy requirement, body need energy, so it basically do the anaerobic metabolism, so lactic acid in this case increases, so there is a lactic acidosis. Toxic dose is greater than 150 mg per kg. So these are the toxic dose. So basically these are the toxic dose. So investigation we need to do in this case, basically do serum salicylate. If it is greater than 40 mg per deciliter, then is a toxicity dose. Toxicity that indicate toxicity. Do the ABG of the patient. RX, do the treatment, do the gastric lavage. Give activated charcoal, and also we will give 500 ml D5 with 5 ml KCl QID, because there is a hypokalemia, because in this poisoning we will see the hypokalemia in patient. So 500 ml D5 with 5 ml KCl QID. We can give soda bicarb 50 ml to 100 ml over 30 minutes if there is a acidosis, metabolic acidosis. In severe case we will also do the hemodialysis. Then guys, the paracetamol poisoning. So basically paracetamol poisoning, let's discuss about this paracetamol poisoning. So paracetamol toxic dose is about the 10 gram, and this basically paracetamol toxic does the what it does, it basically damage the liver, mainly damage the liver. So the clinical features, so in first 12 hours we see in patient there is nausea, vomiting, pain, abdomen, gastritis. Between 12 to 24 hours there is a liver tenderness. In 2 to 3 days we see the jaundice. In 3 to 5 days we see the hepatic encephalopathy like coma, seizure, unconscious. Investigation we require to do the serum paracetamol level, serum PCM level, and we can do the gastric lavage, we can do the gastric anti-rogi, acetylcysteine. The treatment is about ABC, maintain ABC. Gastric lavage, in first hour acetylcysteine dose how we give, in first hour give 150 mg per kg, in 200 ml D5. Next 4 hour 50 mg per kg in 500 ml D5. Next, in next 16 hour, 100 mg per kg in 1 liter of D5. In 1 liter of D5. If not well, last option is a liver transplant. If patient not get good, so we do the liver transplant, or if there is a renal failure, then we do the renal basically renal transplant or dialysis. And then the guys, next topic I'm going to discuss about the basically next poisoning is acute alcohol poisoning. Acute alcohol poisoning. So basically, guys, now I'm not going to write here. I will just tell you. So just listen. So in acute alcohol poisoning, what we will do? We do the stomach wash with saline and 5% bicarb, and patient must be kept warm because there is a there will be hypothermia in a patient. Avoid aspiration by the RT tube. We can 1 liter normal saline with 10% glucose and 50 unit of insulin. We can give 1 liter of normal saline with 10% of glucose and 50 unit of insulin. Mix it and give it. We can also give injection thiamine 100 mg in 500 ml glucose. Restore and re-support and O2 therapy. Give saline purgative, hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis. So these are basically the treatment of this acute alcohol poisoning. So basically this is the what acute alcohol poisoning. So the management of the acute alcoholic poisoning, what I discussed. Give stomach wash with saline and give stomach wash with saline and give with 5% bicarb. Means take 3 to 400 ml normal saline, mix with 5% bicarb and wash stomach. On next, patient must be kept warm. Avoid aspiration by RT tube. Means insert the RT tube so the patient cannot aspirate. To avoid aspiration, insert the RT. 1 liter normal saline, and also give 1 liter normal saline with, and also give to the patient 1 liter normal saline mixed with 10% glucose and 50 unit of insulin. Also give thiamine 100 mg in 500 ml glucose. Support O2 saline purgative. You can give the saline purgative and also give hemodialysis if there is a no improvement. Do the hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis. Next topic I am going to discuss about the methanol poisoning. There is no need of gastric lavage. Give the soda bicarb 50 ml in 1 liter of D5 over 2 hours. So in this case also we give soda bicarbonate in 1 liter of D5. 50 cc soda bicarb means 50 ml soda bicarb in D5 over 2 hours. D5 500 ml D5 over 2 hours. Give folinic acid 50 mg IV QID injection. Fomepizole loading dose 50 mg per kg IV over 30 minutes. Then the maintenance dose is 10 mg per kg over 12 hours. Next 10 mg per kg next 12 hours. Next 10 mg per kg next 12 hours. Last dose is 10 mg per kg over 12 hours. So basically these are the two main line of treatment. Give soda bicarbonate 50 ml in 1 liter of D5 over 2 hours. Give folinic acid 50 mg IV QID and give injection fomepizole. So and also we can give injection ethanol. This is also the antidote of the methanol poisoning. It is an antidote of this methanol poisoning. And guys, next I am going to discuss about the snake bite. So in snake bite, if there is a bite by the snake, first do the Third, don't try to basically bandage too tight. Do the loose bandage above the bite. Do the loose bandage. Means kept a gap of 2 finger, and also we give the some TT drug, and we give the anti snake venom. Basically we give almost 6 vial, 2 vial in 100 ml D5 over 20 minutes, next 2 vial in 500 ml D5 over 1 hour, next 2 hour in 500 ml D5 over the 5 hour. So total 6 vial given in a 6 hour 20 minutes, maximum 12 vial we can given. And also give tetanus injection given by the IM route. Next emergency case, guys, I'm going to discuss about the accelerated hypertension. The patient basically come with severe headache, so do the MRI of the patient and give the Lijix, nicardipine. If not controlled by, then give the ENTG infusion. Then give NTG. Take 4 to 5 ampule of NTG and mix with 50 ml saline and infuse it slowly 3 to 4 ml per hour. Then guys, next topic I'm going to discuss about the carbolic acid poisoning, that is phenyl poisoning. Do the gastric wash with normal saline 500 ml. Give activated charcoal like flutacane 4 tablet. Give flutacane 4 tablet. Give liquid paraffin and milk of magnesia syrup. ABC, secure the ABC. Treatment of hepatic encephalopathy, give the lactirose and neomycin. Next topic, guys, I'm going to discuss about Datura poisoning. In Datura poisoning, there is a parasympathetic activity, means there is an increase in sympathetic activity, means dryness of the body, dilated pupil, dysphagia, dysarthria, flushes faces, means red as a beet, hot as a hair, mad as a hen, and drowsiness. So basically there is a parasympathetic action in a Datura poisoning. So basically do the gastric lavage, emetic, charcoal, antidote, physiostigmine. Basically it stop the parasympathetic activity. Dose is about 0.02 mg per kg per dose. So basically 0.25 to 1 mg IV over 5 minutes. And also we can give the pilocarpine 5 to 15 mg subcutaneous also is effective. We can give purgative sponge to control the high temperature. Seizure, if there is seizure, give midaz or diazepam. Delirium not controlled by the short, if there is a delirium, control it by short acting barbiturate. ENS fluid to maintain the BP. Do the catheterization if the patient not get much, if the patient not get benefit from it, do the hemodialysis. Now I am going to discuss about the scorpion bite. So there is a alpha receptor stimulation. So basically initially there is a tachycardia, hypertension and tachypnea. After the alpha receptor stimulation, PSN parasympathetic nervous system stimulation seen as a compensation mechanism. There is bradycardia, hypotension, hypotherapia. Clinical picture is like severe pain at the bite area. Give the ice pack on local area. Lidocaine 5 ml we can infiltrate further to decrease the pain. Injection 10 mg if there is a anxiety and restlessness seen. If there is no parasympathetic compensation, give the alpha blocker prazosin 2.5 mg every 3.5 hourly. If there is a parasympathetic nervous system activation compensation seen, so give like a bradycardia, hypotension, hypothermia. So we can give injection dopamine infusion 10 to 20 microgram per kg per minute. And also we give ANS bolus to control the BP. Scorpion antivenom basically mix with some ANS and give it. And also give tetanus 5 ml. Next topic guys, last topic, that is I am going to discuss about the arsenic poisoning. Do the gastric lavage with large amount of warm water, or we can also do gastric lavage with ANS. Give the demulcent. Antidote is bal or dimercaprol 3 to 5 mg per kg in 4 hourly for 2 days. and 6 hourly for 1 day and 12 hourly for 10 day. Do not give alkali orally. Give glucose saline with soda bicarbonate we can give glucose saline with soda bicarbonate, hemodialysis and exchange transfusion is the last option if patient not get enough. Then guys, the last topic I left, I think. So guys, basically I cover almost everything you need, and basically in corrosive poisoning guys, one thing you need to remember that do not do gastric lavage except in which poisoning, except in phenyl poisoning. So guys, this is all about the poisoning and emergency cases.